they are not right now around you, you can understand, and then eventually if they have more interest, they can connect with me anytime. So eventually it will be more of a kids who's supposed to understand and go ahead. Right now, just about how for the parents, that what is exactly it is gonna be. I would just request everyone to please keep your mics on mute.
Okay. So, welcome parents. We will just start in a minute. Before we start, allow Snehal to take the platform. I want to introduce her actually formally. So, welcome Snehal Umbarkar. She's a managing director of Kanishka Software Private Limited, and she's into this field from 13 years in software technology and information security. Her expertise is into InfoSec field and which has helped carve robust technology solution in diversified fields. I still don't understand, but I have just said that. So you have to explain me that as well. So, and an electronic and telecommunication engineering graduate. So she's an engineering graduate. She has been able to deliver on various projects related to process automation, IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and augmented solutions. Her new venture is into education field to empower students with knowledge of programming. She has recently launched App Development 6th level course for students. This course teaches students to publish their Android apps with blocks technology. So, welcome Snehal to Parenting Twigs. This is our first Zoom call for parenting, though this group had started in 2018, but we are doing a first Zoom call. We have always done all the Q&A or whatever on WhatsApp mode only. So, and thank you so much all the parents who participated in this particular thing today, or they are participated right now. And people, thank you to all of them who will be participating later and who will be seeing the videos, because lots of people are working right now as well. So over to you, Snehal, and stage is all yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarita. A wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. So for everyone, the way Sarita said, I have a core background of a technology and a word technology, software development, information security, information risk management are my day in day out life words. But let's jot down it to a level where we can relate these words eventually for the kids. Okay, let's see that, because nowadays you are like, you might be getting a lot of Facebook advertisements or even Instagram advertisements. Multiple. I would really request everyone to keep your mind on mute, please.
ID लक्षण रफ्त हो गया.
Okay.
Snehal, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so nowadays you might have receiving a lot of advertisements about different portals which are claiming that they can teach coding or application development to kids, even like from an age of 6 years old. You need to now, and there are a lot of questions we have, that what exactly they are teaching, how much they are charging, why they are charging so much, whether we should go for that or not, whether the kid can actually get any benefit out of it or not. A basic thing, what is the difference between coding and programming, are like basic things which we are trying to jot down and right now and make it easier for every one of you to understand that what exactly we are looking at. Okay, so let's take a coding, or let's take this app development. We provide this program as a 8 years to 80 years old, irrespective of whether you have a kid who's literally 8 years old or someone who's from 80 years old as well. There is no age limit, no bounding, whether you have a background knowledge of coding, programming, anything or no, still you can learn this. The platform which we try to provide is this. Why? Because it is something which we try to learn is programming. So just a sec. Yeah. Some general awareness will be telling you about apps/applications. There are a lot of people who might be thinking apps means something which we see on the mobile. But then what is applications? It's the same thing which we see on the mobile. Nothing different. It's a line of code which is actually translating everything as a program. And you see it as an application. Now, what are these applications? Whether it's a mobile phone or whether it's your laptop, it's the same thing. Okay. On your laptop, when you install a Zoom application, it's still called app. And when your phone, install the same thing, it's still called as a apps, right? Coding versus programming. The major awareness which is lagging in the society is coding versus programming. Okay, what is coding and what is programming? Coding is just a part of programming. It is not the whole concept of programming. Programming can teach any one of us a actual analytical logic. What exactly analytical skills anyone required, what are the high level thinkings can be doable, is done by coding and not, sorry, it's done by programming and not by coding. Coding is line of code, a programming language which can be used to write down few structural lines is called coding. But when you combine a 3 to 4 different phases together, that is called actually a programming. And what we are going to teach our kids or any student is programming. Okay, they should understand the logic behind every action or every click they are doing on their phone. They are clicking on the app. They should understand that. So next time when they think that I want a particular game, okay, I want to buy a particular game, I want to buy piano, instead of that they might think, okay, let me just develop it by myself instead of buying it for them. Okay, that is something which we are trying to explain here. These are like a basic understanding about coding and programming. Let's not get into the thoroughly of the in detail knowledge. I can share this as a snapshot with Sarita afterwards, which she can share with you. But the basic understanding which you need to write is programmers have a technical mindset and have a strong analytical skills. All programmers are coders, but not all coders are programmers. Just remember that forever. Whenever someone says a coding is for kids, no, coding is for people who are joining as a software developer to the company. Okay, but programming can be done by your kid right now by the age of 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or whether it's a 80 years old person. It's the same logic for them. A programming, it's a skill set. About me, okay, that is something which Sarita has already explained very well. Let's go ahead to the next slide. Just a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, Nehal, you're audible.
Yes,
Perfect. No, because I can't, somehow my screen is freeze, I suppose. So this is what about the coding. Next is where it comes, generally what are the steps? What are the things we provide as a process? Whenever someone is providing a coding as a process, sorry, as a app development as a process, there is something as a block-based app development. Just want to understand if someone can, anyone can see my screen or it's freezed.
it's freeze. It's freeze.
It's
We
freeze?
can't see anything.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll just rejoin it again because somehow I can't see any one of you. So if you have access, if you can just drop it because I'm somehow not able to click on anywhere on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's there now. The screen is there.
There, perfect.
Yes, screen is there, but it is showing about me screen only.
No, I
Have you
have
changed that?
actually. Yeah, I have changed that. Let me just see if I can connect to it again.
Can you stop the?
I
Can
am not able to.
Should I
Zoom
stop
is,
screen
yeah, please
sharing?
do that because Zoom is somehow freezed on my screen.
Okay.
You can give me a minute. I can just again start sharing the screen. If you can just stop that.
We'll stop other share screen. Do you want to continue? Okay.
Have you done
Now
that?
it is my screen share, I guess.
Okay, I'll just reshare the screen
Okay.
again. Let me just see.
If you can do that.
Yeah.
You have still put on about me right now. Hey, Snehal. Snehal, can you hear me? Because I can't see you. Thank you for your patience, parents. I think by a time you all must have got used to it that हाँ network नहीं है, screen froze हो चुका है. So again bear with it today again. Hmm. Snehal, are you there? Or she left? Oh. She's not there on the screen.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I guess somehow my laptop screen has crashed only. So I'll just reshare my screen.
Okay.
Perfect. Done. Right. So we are back. Thank you so much for having a patience. So the major core philosophy I was talking about is what we provide as a process, or even for any kid, this is what it is important, is increasing their observation power, improvement into their thinking ability, and majorly is inducing creativity into them. Whether it's app development, whether they're day in day out work, or whether they are doing their homework. These are the few things which has to be imbibed into them as a kids only. But how are these things helping them? Majorly into as a app development. Now what we do is we ask them to design and build the app instead of just telling them to play a game through that portal. What we give them is designing, building, and publishing of the app. So once any of the kid who can complete or understand or start designing it, start understanding the blog development, how it works, they can actually publish that app to the Android Play Store, as in Google Play Store. We have developed something as a 6-level program. One is where we just give them introduction, but even by the end of first level, a kid can at least develop 25 apps without any effort. These are basic apps, but they can easily do that. A small apps which can eventually encourage them to develop a much bigger app. Obviously, level 2, level 3 are more of a mathematical pro, media and database understanding, because these are the things which are eventually they start getting inclined towards. Same way, next level is drawing and animation or gaming. This is the place where actually they can decide whether they're really interested into a technology, what type of a programming type they are interested into, whether they want to they like designing, they like coding, whether they want to they like the actually scope development of it. These are the things which they eventually start understanding, and we don't encourage parents to get to level 1 to 3 to 4 in like literally 10 days of thing, but we actually encourage parents to do it as a 6 months time. So once even the one course or one level can be finished into 10 days, whether it's a consecutive or whether it's a once in a week, twice a week, but eventually once that is done, give them a time to complete all the exercises which we tell them, because we check their exercises, we see that what is the problem they are facing, and depending on that we actually understand that what level kid can actually improve or can actually reach to through understanding of this, which is his core area. Whether he is interested to designing more, can actually develop a wonderful apps a designing wise, but when it comes to actually development of the programming, they don't find it interested. So that gives you idea that what is the kids actually analytical skills are. So this is what we generally explain them. Okay, by the end of even 6th level, the kid can actually, if the kid is completing all the 6th level, they can actually create something as AI, analytical, artificial intelligence based programming as well. And robotics, where we give a robotics kits to them and then eventually they develop it. But all of these programs are dependent on every level they are supposed to clear, and then only we actually promote them to the next level, or even we encourage them to go for a next level, not otherwise. Okay? The app which anyone should go. So you might have heard White Hat Junior, you might have heard something as a Scratch, you might have heard of codestudio.org. What are these platforms? And there is something else as an app, MIT App Inventor. What are these platforms actually? Now the difference, all of these platforms uses one similar thing, which is a blog based programming. code. They don't need to type in code. They need to just pull out right blocks and actually fix it together. That is what the understanding. But when it comes to a level, a differentiator, they have a ready designed program, and then they just add, a design is ready, they just ask kids to pull the blocks and actually make that program run. What we do is we teach them from scratch level. It's a blank mobile screen, and you're actually going to write down a creating design, and then that design will have a code. So it's your end to end, baby. That is how, and that is what MIT is promoting. Now, MIT is a US based university, a topmost university in technology field. Okay, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You can read about it, you can search about it, and you'll find there are a lot of bigger alumni are actually mapped to this university. They have come up with this as an app, MIT App Inventor. The major crux is this MIT App Inventor is developed originally by Google, and then eventually right now managed and maintained by this. So I'm talking about the differentiator between any other platform and MIT App Inventor, why it is better. Plus MIT App Inventor, and because it's MIT, it gives you a platform to actually, because it's an open source. So once the course is complete, suppose a kid is not interested into going from level 1 to level 2, but now they are interested into level 1 more, they can actually use this platform to develop more and more apps and publish on their community as well, which is allowed by MIT. That is the major crux which we are getting here, that without even joining, once they learn the crux of it, they can actually develop by themselves this whole process. Right? This is what the way anyone should teach to kids is, one is theory, telling them what are the components are there, why those components need to be used, because those things will actually a basic idea that what exactly. I guess someone is talking. Can we please mute everyone? Okay, so now the basic thing is you need to explain them all the components. You just can't tell them कि A block को B block से connect कर दो या red block को white block से connect कर दो, and then you find the output. You can't tell them that. You need to tell them what are those blocks, what is that written there. That is something to tell them that this might be possible. Okay. Second is designing. The way I said, this whole step is skipped on every other platform which are providing a kids app development program. Whether it's a big name platform or whether it's like a smaller individual teachers who are providing it, designing is totally skipped, which we tell them to do. We on our platform, we always tell them to go ahead with the designing as a component. Next one is programming. Programming is obviously
R&D एकदम करू नको, साखर नंतर टाक, साधा चहा कर, ती फक्त चहा पावडर वापर. अजून काय इंस्ट्रक्शन पाहिजे?
Parents, please keep the phone on mute.
कम्प्युटर समोर बसलेलं आहे, सगळं एक गाडी आहे.
I guess, Sarita, if you can mute everyone, so I can also mute myself, unmute myself eventually. That's not a problem. So let's.
You have to unmute yourself, Nehal.
So programming is major component of this whole process. This is something which creates the analytical skills in the kid. Imagine when they are sitting at home, when they are seeing a game, or when they are actually looking at the laptop, just endlessly, just there are some random games are going, there are some serials are going on, some cartoons are going on. They should think back of their mind that how is this cartoon, serial or anime is being created? How is this component or this person is moving from A place to B place or the just next step? How is he doing that? That if they start thinking that, understand that your kid is understanding the very well that what is that programming can create for them. That is what the attachment of programming to designing to app development. This is what we need to create for them. Obviously, the third step we do is a troubleshooting of it. Troubleshooting as in if they are doing a homework and if they have any issues, we tell them how to solve those things. So that it's not just we have given a homework and they just need to do it. Or if we are telling them an example, that means they should not come back and ask us. But after sessions also, there is something. So our course says it's 1.5, as in 1.5 hour live session where we are talking to kids and teaching them every component, and 1.5, that is 1.5 hour for a homework, a dedicated 1.5 hour. So they can tell us to be into that time as well. So we can actually, as in I can be part of that session as well, where they are actually doing their homework. So I can tell them what is that they are missing as well. It depends on the every kid to kid as well, right? This is the general process which we do. Every level there is a homework. Every level, every lecture there is a homework. They have to complete. They have to just initiate something. They don't need to complete it. If they have not completed it, then they can't attend it. Nothing like that. But they have to at least start doing it. So that gives us an idea that what exactly they can reach to, right? I'll explain you level 1. I have given you idea of about what 6 levels created. What is every level, and in level 1, what are the lectures which we are going to teach? And this will be a pattern for every 6 all 6 levels. Is there will be 10 lectures. The overall level 1 is 30 hours. Same way all levels are 30 hours, which is 15 hours of example sessions and 15 hours of exercise sessions. So that combines to the every level. Now, level 1, lecture 1 will be just explaining, because that will be their day 1 with the platform. So just explaining them the platform, telling them what are the components which are there, just drawing here and there, telling them how exactly the designing can be done. Then obviously every other day we add it up a one or other part to it, a component, and we show them a practical experience. And here, the major thing, you might have heard of features like voice over text. So you talk to phone by keeping on a mic phone as a button, pressing a mic button, and you actually see conversion of a text. Okay, and we teach them that here, that how is that function gonna happen. These are like 8 sessions, which are like 8 applications which we tell them to develop. We develop with them. 9th is a project which we sit down with them and actually tell them to work on, and 10th is an innovation. Now, out of all of these 10 lectures, if they are developing anything very unique, very differently, very unique design, we promote them to publish it to the MIT platform, because MIT encourages every young inventors to be there. So whether it's literally 8 years old, 9 years old, or maybe a person who's like literally 50 years old, they promote everyone. They encourage everyone to use this platform. Now, what's this? The center image, which you can see, this is called a blocks. Okay? These are the blocks which we join and create the output. What students can learn is learning through these blocks. They don't need to type everything directly, and obviously pull it and push it everything to the community. This is your platform. What we are going to provide is trainer. That is me. For first 100 students, I'm going to train them personally. Obviously, after that, there will be trainers, there will be teachers. There are right now as well. But for first 100 students, I'll be teaching them personally. I am planning to do that as a process. And each batch will have only 4 students maximum. That is what the agenda is. We are going to give you a digital course content, everything, an online platform, which is MIT platform, and a digital certificate. What you see as a background image is your actual platform, which I'll show you in some time. Okay. Prerequisites are generally desktop, your laptop, internet, Google account, mobile, Android-based mobile phone, and your this is like AI to companion tool, which will help them to actually real time see the apps and improve the design, see that if the function is working or not. This is something which we teach them how to use it as well. These are the few example apps. So by level 1 itself, they'll be able to create these type of apps. One is the calculator, one is piano, one is where text to speech recognition can be done, one is where there is a quiz time. These things can be actually will be doable into level 1 itself. So by the end of level 1, if they are doing their exercises and these examples which we teach them, it's more than 25 apps which they can develop. It's the way I explained, it's a 10 days course, 15 hours for training and 15 hours for home exercise. Now, what is that? Why us? What is that different we are giving out on this platform? Is my personal experience into technology as a 13 years. It covers a vastly. You can go and check my LinkedIn profile as well. The major thing is, it's not just software development I'm talking about. It can be anything under technology world. So kids can, especially kids who are like 15, 16 years old, kids who are like 14 years old, who are like literally confused about whether on the 11th or 12th, what exactly side they should choose. After 11th or 12th, whether it's just engineering, which is the option, or what are their career choices can be, and depending on that what is their education choices can be, we actually tell them that. Depending on even this program, by just by level 1, we know that in what they have an inclination, what are the way they should actually develop the technology into their life if they are really interested into. Then obviously we create that future path for them. We make sure that students should be able to publish their app on Google Play Store. This is like a lifetime memory. Whether it's a one app or whether it's a 10 apps, they should be able to publish it on Google Play Store, because that becomes their identity. That gives them that understanding that they can achieve something very easily. Now we educate them through app creation. That is something with what we do better than any other platform or any other competitor in the world. Then obviously structured flow of the curriculum. We don't just tell them to play a game on the platform. We don't encourage them for that. So this is, I would say, a program particularly developed for kids who are really, really interested into technology. MIT, why MIT? Again, the same thing. It's easy to learn coding. MIT community is for every student. App of the month recognition. I'll show you this as well, that what exactly this is. Easy to explore for future technology. In future, imagine your kid want to go and join MIT or study in MIT University. That is the best thing for technology based, or for the student or for the boy or girl who's really inclined toward technology. This is the best platform they can go for, right? And it allows us kids to yearly, as in participate into yearly hackathon. This is what, now check this screen, snapshots which are there. If you see here on left hand side, there's a boy, Jasit. He is 9 years old from India, and he has developed this calculator app, and he has been recognized as June month's young inventor. Same way, there is Yatharth, is 8.5 years old boy who is from India, and he has created something as an ABC alphabetical app, and it's been recognized on MIT Play Store. So if you see the topmost screenshot, this is what the place where they get recognition, and this is a lifetime recognition. Now, what is that exactly we provide as a fee structure for this? Generally, our fee structure for this as a level 1 is 4 times 9, that is this. But as a platform, or as a for September month, the whole September month, we are going ahead with something as a 5,999, and particularly we are planning to do something which is like just 2 days discount for only for Parenting Tweaks platform, as in the parents who are joined today is 5,555, that is 4 times 5. This is what we are going to do for 2 days discount. And if your kid is interested into joining with, say, suppose multiple, as in if you have friends together, and if he's planning to join together as a friend, there is a separate discount for a group of a friends, that is FAF4 friends, which is 4,999, which we are giving more for a group of a friends. We can discuss time, batch, even more, but every batch, before even a student join, we talk to them.
Snehal, what is the minimum requirement for a group?
Four friends.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what we actually do. I'll show you this platform in a simpler way, a small video. Just give me a second. I'll just share that with you. So that will be easy to relate. This is the one.
Can you guide like what is the age criteria? Sorry, I missed this session before. I just entered right now.
No.
So can you guide like what is the age criteria for the kid to enter in for this program?
So age criteria for kid is 8 years old, up from 8 years to 80 years old. That's what we say. For 8 years old, 8 or 9 years old, or up to even 10 years old, we generally first talk to them. We actually take a video call, with whether it's a Zoom video call or whether it's a WhatsApp video call. We actually talk to the kids first, and then only allow them to join, because we don't want to burden them with something really as an advanced course. We don't want to do that. So anywhere the kid is interested between 8 to 10 years old, we prefer to talk to them first. We just generally ask them here and there some questions, their likings, why they want to do this, and then only we actually enroll them. So it's not that you're paying me and like we will be enrolling them. No, 10 years onwards, okay, we can do that, because level 1 is quite easier for 10 years old onwards. But for before that, kids has to be really, really inclined toward that. So 8 to 10, we take basic of understanding, a basic 10 minutes of hi, hello round with them. That is how we do it.
even for our age criteria also we can join this. The
Yes,
app making is like possible for our,
yes.
even though if we are not from the software industry or
Anyway, it's like scuba diving. You do scuba diving without even knowing a swimming. You can do that. Same way you can develop an app through these platforms without even knowing how to do a coding. There is no requirement of that. In fact, we have one of the, so I know Sarita is knowing her as a friend. So she is interested in joining it as her kid, as her daughter, and she's both are interested into joining. So, but the batches will be different. Parents, as in moms or dads, will not be joining with the kids wala batch. That batch will be different, and parents have a different batch altogether. But they can do exercises together, because that is something we recommend if a parents and kids are joining together, and we actually promote that more, because parents should learn this. After a few years, you'll understand that kids are so advanced, they're so much aware of the technology, and sometimes parents actually, because of their day in day out life or the busy schedule, they actually lag on those front. Sometimes it's because they're from different field. Imagine you have a finance knowledge, you might be excellent into that, but when it comes to technology, you need something to support your kids. So that is the place where we actually train you what is exact technology for them. What is that simple understanding of the application? And these are really small projects for parents, but still this is something easy way to connect with your kid on a real knowledge basis, and not something which is like you're like learning something on a game basis. They are just playing one game and that's it. No, it is not like that. So I'll
Okay.
just show you.
How
Yeah,
many
go ahead.
sessions?
You have a demo
How
class?
many sessions will be there?
Sorry.
Do you
How
have
many sessions will be there?
Sessions, there will be 10 sessions in level 1. So total there are 6 levels, but there will be totally level 1 there will be 10 sessions. So that is 30 hours, 15 plus 15 hours of training and 15 hours of work exercise.
So this piece is for level 1.
Yes, this fees is for level 1. Because if they clear level 1, then only we promote them to level 2. Or if they are fine, they're inclined towards level 2, then only. We don't charge parents for all levels, and then eventually we realize that after level 2, kid is really not interested. Or after level 1, even if they complete level 1, they don't want to do an innovation or a project, because they are like really finding it as a just one-time task, a fun time, and then it's done. That is what. So we don't force parents to actually pay for level 6 the way other programs or other platforms are doing, that pay for the whole program as a year or 2 years long process. You don't know after 1 year what is that your child's inclinations will be, what is that they might like. They might find something else interesting. A person who's interested into designing today might find painting tomorrow interesting, because that is what the inclination he might have or she might have. So we plan to go for a level by level. And that is why I have decided to take it as me directly as sessions instead of giving it to one of my teachers. This is what the platform I want to develop as a actual inclination towards understanding to the kids particularly.
Okay, last thing only. Can you guide like the all level? Can you message it like on the group only, parenting group? Like how many sessions for each and every level? And
Chandni,
what are the curriculum?
Yeah, Chandni, all the information will be given by Snehal at the end of the session.
Okay.
And also this whole video will be there available for everyone, so that you have, anytime you have a question, you can always log in. By evening, I will be just launching it. And if not, at least I will send a Zoom link, at least you can go through the whole video. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ashwini is asking, do you have a trial class for kids?
trial class for kids?
Yes, Ashwini, we have trial class, but if the kid is less than 10 years old, then we first try to talk to them. We try to understand what is there. If kid is more than 10 years old, then we give them a trial class of literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or make them understand an awareness of the platform, and that's it. But before, like lesser than that, if it's 8 to 10, we first talk to them, and then we actually prefer, because they don't understand trial class. 8 to 10 years is more of their comfort zone. 10 years onwards is more of where they understand the trial class. So that's how we do it.
So my son is 11 and a half, and he has been introduced to coding last year in school.
Right.
Programming and coding it's still very confusing to us.
Right.
And he has some already predetermined notions in his mind regarding coding, because that's when he's been taught in the school. So now to accept a new thing, to unwire the thing that has been taught to him in school, he needs to understand one-to-one what exactly is he going to. Then if he's interested, I would definitely want to sign up. But
So let's go ahead with it. I'll just, he's right now sitting there any which I'm supposed to show one short video of literally 2 minutes, which will exactly tell you the background of platform, as how that platform is going to look like. So I'll just give you that, and I'll just answer Viha's question after that, right? Just a second.
The first step is to open MIT App Inventor and create new project. Open it, click button.
So this will be the screen every kid will be seeing. This is like a mobile, and which you'll be using to directly develop. Okay. So take an example.
With your mouse, drag button and drop to the screen. Similarly, drag and drop label component to the screen. Now on the screen you can see button and label as in the order we put. Now let's try no code programming side. Click blocks on the top right. This is blocks code. You can see built-in blocks, where you can see common used blocks, and below that you can see blocks for the components that we have been used. We are gonna create a simple one. When button clicks, the label text will change to Hello App Inventor, so click button 1. A list of blocks related to button 1 can see. With your mouse, click and drag the When button 1. Click and drop it to the workspace. Similarly, to change the label text, click label 1. There is list of available blocks for label 1. With your mouse, click and drag the blocks at label 1. Text to, it means exactly what it says, and drop it inside the button 1. Click. You can see a red cross.
So if you see the screen, every one of it, this is like a blocks which we talk about. The previous screen which we have seen, which is a phone, which will be actually a designing, and this is something, whatever we have designed there, we will be coding or the programming. And this is not like typing out the whole code or line by line code. This will be more of a pulling up a block which will be saying if button 1 is clicked, these are the next instruction they have to do. And this is what is actually going to teach kids that what is the programming is, how their designing and programming can relate to each other. And it's not that where we provide a ready code or ready design and where they just need to code around. And that is a major difference what we provide against any of the platform in the world who are providing app development for kids, right? So this will continue this video later. We can answer the questions first, I suppose, right? I will send you the link.
One more question.
Yeah, sure, Ashwini.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is programming, because like I had learned the same thing in my school and they said it's coding.
So coding is something that when you map two blocks together, there is a part which is obviously coded behind that. Okay, but you as a front end, you just need to map those blocks right together. That is called the programming. This concept of designing and this blocks together is called programming. Coding is like when you just write down a blocks. Okay, you have seen the blocks, right? Two blocks which we are joining together when button 1 is clicked. Okay, that brown box, and then there is something as a block which is a green one, right? Or I suppose the other color. But then those two are getting together, just two. And if you're not designing anything, that is still called as a coding. But when designing is also done by you and these blocks are also done by you, then that whole process is called programming. Because you are in your back of your mind, you know that what is button 1? Why do I need to click button 1? If I click button 1, then what is the action it should take? And what is that reflection we should see? I'll show you something else as similarly. Imagine there is a button which says that on click of it, a text written below should turn into blue. Okay. Now, when I am already readily giving you button with the blue text, okay, blue thing, and if as a blue button, and I'm giving you text together, I'm just asking you to just write down the blocks or write down a code. That is called a coding only. But if I'm asking you, you only design a blue button, okay, give that properties to that button should look blue, a text should be in the center, a button should be in the center and the bottom, a text on the top should be saying something, maybe it's saying my first exercise, and then you're actually changing that color as a blue. Instead of blue, you decide a background color can be something else, and then eventually you go to blocks and actually code it, where you pull out the blocks, controls and everything, and you create that. That is called, the combination is called programming. Okay, when you go to a white hat, I guess Viha is asking me, why is white hat? Okay, I'll answer Viha's question in a minute's time. So that is what called programming. Okay, that there is a big difference between coding and programming. Always go for something which is called programming. Don't go for something which is coding, because coding can be done by software developer. A simple, take engineering, go to IT, you get a software developer's job and you can do coding for lifetime. But imagine if you want to just see that how many, a basic funda, I want, the way I said, whether these few things can build together. When I'm seeing a cartoon as an anime, or some as a TV serial, or something as an anime serial or cartoon serial, I should be able to think that how is this component, or how is this person, or how is this character in the anime should move, why is he moving, and how is this action can be created. Imagine, that is what is called programming. If you start thinking that, imagine you see your mom every day creating some combination. If she's like writing down her grocery list, okay, every monthly, you create an app for her. Simple. Your kid is actually creating an input field where you can actually put up data, and that is telling you, Mama, you need to buy at least 1,000 rupees grocery every monthly. Right? So this is something which we trying to do here. That kids should start thinking that every other thing is possible and is doable and is actually programmable by them. Right? So let's, Ashwini, I suppose that is clear. If you're there.
Yeah, thank you so much. And why are we only doing it for Google Store? Why like just the Google Store? Because
of very simple reason, two major reasons. One, it's really easy to publish app on Google Play Store as compared to App Store, okay, iOS. Second, when you want to see your apps on your phones, again, Android gives you that flexibility, which iOS doesn't allow you. iOS is like, you cannot just publish or actually put up any. Here, if you download a APK file of your kid's actually application which he has developed, if you have an Android phone, you can install as well. You can publish it to the Google Play Store. It just takes 4 days. And we provide a Google Play Store account, which we have already. We have a Google Play Store account. We just ask kids to give that app name, everything, and you can publish it there. So that is also not an expense. But when it goes to an iOS, there are a lot of different regulations and everything they have. Plus the phone doesn't allow you a real-time testing as well. The third major thing, even MIT is coming up with the emulators, which can be run on the iOS. They're actually yet not launched, but as soon as they launch, you can see that app on the iOS, but still it will be Android app only.
But usually like this generation of kids who are either using MacBooks or they're using iPads. Like he is using an iPad for a school completely.
Right. So here the development on the tablet, as a development on the screen is dependent on browser. Okay, it has nothing to be worried about whether it's a Windows system or whether it's a MacBook or whether it's iPad. You just need to open a browser, log into the platform, and we can start coding through that only. It's a cloud-based platform, so can be available anywhere, whether you're on the vacation, whether you're at home, or whether you're in native place, or whether you're in US. It's totally possible. The major thing is, while seeing it in a real time, right now the way MIT is providing is iOS, Android-based apps.
Okay.
That is something which is easier to tweak and tricks. That is the main thing. Plus, Android is literally open source, as in you can do a lot of changes, lot of creativity in the app. iOS doesn't allow. iOS has a designing guidelines. You have to, whether it's a kid is doing it or whether we are doing it as a coder, still you have to follow those guidelines. So it's like the final file which will be published, or an app which will be published, is on Android. Nothing else. The learning, the logic can be doable on anything, right? Viha is asking me about. Sorry, Ashwini, I'll just move to Viha now. Okay, so Viha is asking, why is White Hat Junior taking 6 years plus kids? Because White Hat Junior or CodeStudio.org or even the other platforms, what they are giving to the 6 years old, those age of kids, is a gaming platform where all the designing is created. There is a mouse face. There is, say, suppose a person standing there. There is a people of 6 groups standing here, and they're just dragging the blocks and actually creating a code. Okay, that is not something which is called as a coding or a programming in a thing. It is more of a fun game that you just say that when mouse is when this button is clicked, mouse should jump. A cat should jump and cat should walk, something like that. So that is a gaming program, as in just pulling up a dragging and few things together and doing that. It doesn't require multiple of understanding of what component we are going to use, what user interface we are using, what are the properties of those components. They don't need to know that, because kids are really small, 6 years old. So they're really, really small for these things. What they need is they just need something which creates as a platform, which creates a small game move, and they should feel like, yeah, this is something I have done it. So that is why they are giving it to 6 years old. So the same way, even MIT has something which is a Blockly as a platform which allows a 6 years old or 7 years old kids to play on it. It's a play platform, not as a genuinely advanced platform where you code or where you program an application. That is the difference. I would really request every one of you, if you're actually interested into putting up your kid for this, please do it by the age of 7 or 8 years old, when schools are introducing it, and don't do it for 6 years old. They are too young for this. And plus they have a lot of screen time any which way nowadays, because in last few days, so don't add it up that to 6 years old as a screen time, right? I hope I've clarified all your questions. As in, if there is anything else, do let me know. Dhriti is asking, my daughter is interested in drawing and painting. Is coding going to help her? Depends, Dhriti, as in she can be interested into designing, which can eventually make her understand that coding, or I would say a block-based programming, might not be the right platform, but designing can be a really good platform for her. If you want her to just understand it, we can have a trial session. May I understand her age? Dhriti, if you're,
She's 16 years old.
16, excellent. So she should go for something as I can actually present her this as a platform eventually, where she can go for a trial. We can have a one trial session for kids who are more than 10 or 11 years old. Okay, or together one session same as this, where kids can together can see what is the platform. Okay, but then again, drawing and painting is directly not related to this. UI UX can be related to this. This is something she has to once see it and understand whether she is relating to it or not. Right? Then, so let's move to next question. Thanks, Dhriti. Chandni is asking, so here you are teaching coding and programming both. I mean, is this program teaching coding and designing both? Yes. So we do a designing and block-based coding, we can say, together. Both. So you see a blank mobile screen, and from that you see a working app. Till that level, everything. It's not where we are giving you ready piano or ready a design place and where you just need to block it. Block-based programming, no. We actually explain you everything. We actually make kid aware by level 1 end that he can decide whether he wants to go for level 2 or not. That becomes their own decision. That much empowerment we give to kids, that what is exactly programming, right? Hital, I have a question. Hital, if you can tell me what is your question?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so basically I wanted to ask, my son is 7.5, okay?
Okay.
And he has already finished the basic course of Scratch coding, okay? So as you say, coding is different than programming.
Right.
Now, this is just mere for his, basic interest, what I found that, probably he would be more interested into all that. And I could see that he could make his own games and, stories and all that. So what you explained, like how a pop-up comes out. So yes, so he's done all that. Okay. Now, when I was thinking of putting him in the intermediate thing, I thought probably he's a little small for that. Maybe, I need him to practice maybe whatever he's learned. So now my question to you is, if I choose for your thing, okay, so that's more like a programming thing, will it be, so his coding thing, will it be helpful for him, or the programming thing will be very basic?
No.
Or, so
it will be helpful. So whatever he has learned through Scratch or seen, so it will be majorly giving him a comfort zone around the understanding of what is blocks, what are the blocks, what is written there, that comfort zone has been created. Okay. Good.
So now I understand that when he's having this logical reasoning of which block I should choose, he can choose it from the variety that is available, correct?
Right. But so, then, as in you're saying about a blocks, as in a particular every block, or the program which is being provided by different platforms?
No, about Scratch itself. So like which command to use
Hmm.
for the, whatever ahead steps, for the
Right.
further steps. So will this be like a confusion for him, or will this be in
No.
sync with what he has already learned, or what it is?
So to be very frank, all of these platforms are providing block-based programming only, as in block-based access only. The only difference is whether they are designing their own platform and then mapping it to the blocks or not. That is the major difference. Plus, whether it's a ready design and like a different games which are there running through, that is something which they need to understand. So even they shift from scratch to MIT App Inventor, there will be no much difference for them. It's a similar platform. The major difference comes is what is that exactly they are going to get understanding. What is that exactly they are going to learn through the platform is a major difference.
Okay, so it'll be something new that he will be learning. It'll not be
Yes.
a repetitive kind of a
No,
thing,
no,
because
no,
he's
no, not
already
at all.
done 12 sessions.
Understood. So it's before, see, he's 7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I would really recommend, like, if I can talk to him once,
Okay.
understand what he has done, and
Okay.
then do this session. And then
Correct,
only I
correct.
would prefer to register him, because today morning only I had one session where I'm actually the student which I have registered today morning is a 7.5 year. Okay.
Correct.
But he has done through code.studio.org. That is his
Correct.
school is teaching, but he has a very basic knowledge of it. And he's
Correct.
finding this platform is more ki, can I do this type
Okay.
of a thing? This is
Right.
different. I want to do this, something
Right,
like that.
right.
But obviously,
Okay.
I need to see that with your kid as well.
Correct, correct. Fine, I'll just connect with you then. Thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you so much, Atal.
Snehal, just a moment before you
Sure.
take a question. There
Yeah.
are few parents who are leaving, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you just put up a form so that they can just click on
Yeah.
yeah?
I'll
So
do that.
just put it on the chat box so they can just go through the link and just give a feedback so we know how to help you out.
Perfect. So I'll just send
And
you.
to fill up, maybe just copy paste the link or
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll be also putting this link on the group as well.
Please do that, because the people who have left right now,
Yes.
so it will be better if they fill up this form. So I will be aware of that, what exactly next step they're looking for, and
Right.
accordingly I can help them out. Instead of just going for as a random a blank session for them registering directly, I would always prefer to have that one small conversation with them.
There is one where are you still seeing the questions, right?
Yeah, there is one question. Can kid develop? I guess no. There is one from Gia. Can we develop an app only through Android phones? It's not through Android phones. You are developing it on the browser, and then you're seeing it on the Android phones. And eventually, if you want to install it on the phone, then you need Android phone. Nothing like no. It's a very simple concept. So even if you don't have an Android phone, you can still develop. Your kids can still develop apps end to end. Right?
Snehal,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Dhriti?
Can you just let us know when your trial session is there for 16-year-old kids?
Perfect. I'll let you know that for sure.
Yeah.
And
Also,
if you
if you
can
can
fill
just-
up the form, so I will be aware of that. What exactly if there are one or two questions which actually talking about what is your interest or what is the kid's interest area. And
Yes,
everything. So
yes.
that will maybe helpful for me to relate to the kid as well, and we can eventually talk on. So my number is also there, as in the number which we use for this as a yeah. You can just send a message on that, and I can easily connect with kid as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dhriti. I guess there is only one question left. I suppose, can a kid develop? It's from NGL. Can a kid develop a game like PUBG in your coding program? So, frankly, to develop a game like PUBG or something like a so enhanced game, you need a native coding, which is a actual coding which software developers or the gaming developers can do. But that can be achieved faster if they are learning what is app development is. The real one which we are talking about is like actually developing an app where we are actually teaching them how to develop a games as well. When you see level 4, they are going to develop a games as well. Okay, so that development will allow them to relate to the games, and forget about PUBG. They might end up coming up with something else as well as a game, and which can be actually published on Google Play Store. They can eventually give it to all their school friends or actually publish it on their name. And that is possible sooner as well. Even the basic games, imagine a basic game like nothing else, ABCD. You're just writing ABCD, and on the click of the button, it just say A. It's as simple as that. But when your 8 years old or 10 years old kid is developing that and publishing it to MIT community or Google Play Store, this is an achievement, and that is what we are telling them to do, and not something where they just play it on another platform as pulling up the blocks together, right? So that is what we are trying to achieve. So by the end of level 1, our kids are actually very well aware of that what is app development, and they can actually develop around 25 as in different apps on level 1 itself. They can save it as a different APK file, and if they decide, they can publish it eventually as well, right? So PUBG is possible, obviously, if kid is inclined towards gaming, and eventually when they learn gaming accordingly. Then I hope I have answered that question. Now, Bhagyeshri is asking, do you have a trial session for 10 and half years old? Yeah, of course we can do that. Okay, so from 10 years onwards till 16 to 18 years old, we can have a one trial session as well. It will not be more than like 15-20 minutes session for them. Obviously, if they end up asking question, that can be go for a 1-2 hours as well. But for me to show them a demo, what exactly can be expectation we have from them or they can have from us on this platform is something we can show them as a actually one small game development there itself. Right? I hope I have answered all the questions. I have put down my forms there, which is a Google form. If you can, please fill up, every one of you. And Sarita, if we can put up that form on our groups as well. So every parent who's like right now attended it can actually fill up this.
Yes, I will be putting up
Perfect.
that form on all the groups as well. And any other questions anybody has, they can directly connect with you as well. I'll be sharing your number as well to them.
Perfect.
And thank you so much, parents, for being there. They had lots of questions which has been coming on the platform from last 2 weeks, maybe more than that. That what exactly is coding and what age group they should be doing, and what exactly is coding, and when you also explained a little bit, and when your creative was there about the app development part. Again, there's some parents actually messaged me on personal and they asked if is coding and app development different. So you have covered lots of queries and lots of things in your presentation as well, what exactly, and you have also answered almost all the parents' queries. So thank you so much. Is there any last question?
Yeah, I guess Pinky has sent one. Normally other take single kids for their session and you take 4. Agreed. Why we take 4 kids as a batch wise? See, we also do 1 kid till 4 kids. A one batch can have maximum of 4 kids. Imagine this is not a game platform which we are developing. This is still something as an advanced level where kids need a company. When they have a doubts, they generally don't end up coming to teachers directly. They need a company where they can actually ask someone else, where they can find it as a group study or group discussion. But a group cannot be bigger group. A group cannot be 10 or 15 kids together. That is why, and plus in the same session itself, we ask them to share their screen and show it that what they have done. See it what other kid has done and they can relate to each other. When it's just me teaching them, imagine even I'm telling you, I'm taking this 1 hour session. It feels boring after some time. It feels tiring after some time. And imagine you need to do 10 sessions with me 1-to-1. And that too something which is sometimes become boring, sometimes become difficult. Then you need someone else to be there. It's same as like you sit in the class and you sit in the online school. There's a difference. Kids always prefer sitting in the school better. The same way, but we can't create the same case here. So we decided to go ahead for a 3 to 4 students together because that gives them a little bit of a teamwork activity with them, and not to make it a more of a boring session for them or more of a strict sessions where teacher is telling them that they should do ABC and that's it. We just don't want to create that. We have a little bit in between 30 seconds, 40 seconds fun games as well. So when there are 3 to 4 kids, they enjoy that. They enjoy these sessions as well, right? I suppose, Pinky, that answers your question. Even if you want, Pinky, for your kid, or suppose a particular some kid is looking for a 1-to-1 session, we do that as well. So I'm doing the same session for a kid who's from US, New York. I'm doing that for that, as a girl is Sarah, so I'm doing that for her as well. Where she is actually, because it's obviously because of a time zone problem, not because she wanted to do it alone, but it's because of a time zone problem where we are actually decided to go out as a 1-to-1 session. But that is possible. Okay, then Neha, okay, thanks Neha.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Everybody has
Sure.
been putting some. I've got lots of messages on personal also.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for appreciation, and thank you for being there and asking questions. So more you
Yeah.
ask questions, more you know about it, more you know in detail about the courses or the classes or anything which you want to put your child in. So always do ask questions on Parenting Twigs. Do use that platform. I've seen lots of parents not using that as well. Though the coding was a very very on, and it's a very lucrative course these days.
It is.
And people have been asking and people have been talking about it a lot. So it's like a नया product market में आया है चलो, but लोगों को पता तो चलना चाहिए ना product क्या है. So it's very important for them to know. And it's great that you are asking questions and it's just not blindly following as a sheep tribe that एक जा रहा है तो हम पीछे अपने बच्चे को डाल दें. So it's very I'm proud of you all that you are asking questions and you're being mindful of, before joining any class or any course, you are being aware of what exactly is going to happen. So thank you so much, everyone. Anybody who wants to ask any additional question, I'm sharing her number right away in 10 minutes on the platform. I have one session in next few 10 minutes. So will be needing this ID again for some other course. So that's the reason I'm rushing out. Otherwise, I would have taken the questions across. So thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye. And thank you, Snehal, once again for being there.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for actually patiently listening to me and asking such a wonderful question. Let's catch up soon for like whoever is interested. Even the kids are not interested. You can still get in touch with me for any technical questions you have in life. Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
So much, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you.